Hey everyone, welcome back to Dink and Dissect. So on this channel we do a full match analysis where we break down strategy, court positioning, and the decisions that actually win or lose pickleball games. So thank you to Dan Plays Pickleball for letting us use this match footage. The original match will be linked down below, and make sure you give him a follow. On this match, we have a very high level match. Even though one team has the best player available, they do end up losing. And the reason is because the other team is so good at getting into the kitchen. They are very consistent. So let's go ahead and watch this and see what we can take away from it and what we can add to our game. We all have the ability to play at this level. When you look at it, a lot of these shots are based off of footwork. Not a lot of power is being used in this specific match. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So here we have a 4.5 semifinals match, and we are really going to be focusing on just the strategy here, the decisions that actually win, and what we can learn from this game. So let's go ahead and get right into this. So a speed up there, and why is he speeding up? So the speed up comes because it is a very flickable ball. It comes above the height of the net. Just take off a little bit of pace from that, and that is a great shot. Maybe he was trying to body bag the player. I like the choice. That is a ball that you need to attack above the level of the net. And these players in the backcourt are stacking, so that means that this player in the green is going to be playing on the right full time, and this player in the blue is going to be playing on the left side full time. A good drop into the middle. Let's see who can move who around first. Oh, and just puts it out. Okay, so I like this. You can tell right away these players are going to be patient. I like to play on the red a lot in tournament settings. Look at this shot right here. So he takes it out of the air, and instead of going with power down the middle, that gets covered a lot, he goes for an angle. Look at how close this right side player is to the line. He is about a foot away from it, from his left foot being able to touch the line, and there's a lot of open space over here. He recognizes that and puts it out, makes him reach to hit that shot. And yes, while he's able to get the shot on that, it is very off balance, and it just goes out of bounds. This is good play. Again, they're not using a lot of power right now. It is a soft game, which is what you need to do in these tournament settings, is feel your opponent out. A good drop. So look at this. He goes back to that spot again. Why? Because it was open last time, and these players understand that in a tournament setting, if something works, go to it over and over until your opponent can prove to close that out. Let's see how he recovers here. Oh, good shot. A lot of finesse right now. These are really good players. They understand that not everything needs to be sped up. Good serve, good deep return. Guys, look at this return real quick. I pointed out in the last video, you don't need a lot of pace, but look at where this lands. It lands maybe 6 inches in front of the baseline, and look at where it's at when he's hitting. They are both established at the net. They have an advantage, and they are keeping it. Okay, so let's look at the speed up. At this level, you are going to start seeing a lot of speed ups because these players can take all day. You have to create offense. Let's see why he chose that. His opponent stretched out. So this is a ball that bounces high. He is going to attack line. This is also the spot that I like to attack first, just to see how my opponent handles it. It looks like he is sitting very heavy backhand. Oh, he attacks into his body. I'm wondering if he was meaning to go down the line, but goes right into his body, and that counter is put away. I would not attack at his body again. At least not right now. I would make him reach wide or go to that right hip. Good return. Just a little bit out. Okay, so a few unforced errors are the story of this game so far. Let's see how these players adjust. If they're going to try and move each other around a little bit more, or if it's just going to be a firefight. Good drops and good backhand drop. Something I want to point out before we watch this whole game continue. Look at the patience of that. How long did it take him to get up here? Was that the 9th shot, 11th shot? I'm not exactly sure, but they had patience. They were in no hurry to drive this. They were just looking to wait their time and get back to the kitchen because getting to the kitchen is so important. Real quick, to create this attack, I noticed that the player, again, went towards the outside. Right here. So again, this looks like this player has shown he is either going to attack the line. It looks like he is ready with his backhand to take this line shot. He's a foot off the line. Good job by this player showing like he is going to really swing hard at this, and he puts it to the outside. That is deception right there. That is a great shot. This player in the near court is late to it, and his partner is able to clean that up. I really like the far side player's game on the right-hand side. Good drop. Guys, look at this. This is a slow game. I don't know if I've seen a drive yet. These players are just prioritizing getting into the kitchen. Good drop. Good shot. Let's look at this real quick. So I think he contacts this below the level of the net. Yeah, it's below the level of the net. Oh, he's left-handed. But he uses a lot of topspin, and he's able to hit this hard and aggressive, and he hits it at his opponent's feet. Makes him reach a little bit, and great shot by him. Okay, here comes the serve. Good drop. I don't know if we've seen a third shot drive yet. That's just something to keep note of. Do your games look like this at the rec level or in your tournament settings? Again, I can't say this enough. These players know the importance of getting to the kitchen. Okay, so they've gotten pushed off the line. Let's see what they do here. From the way I've watched them play, they're just going to prioritize getting back to the kitchen. Oh, he drives that ball, and it goes out of bounds. It works out there for them. He fired from midcourt, and it ended up working out. Good job not being predictable. So this player on the right, you can tell the way pickleball has evolved because traditionally on the right, that player is just tasked with making balls and setting up his left side partner. This player on the right has been the most aggressive player so far. You can tell he likes his forehand and he trusts it a lot. In that case, it just went out. So this is something that I don't see enough at the rec level. This is how pickleball is played. Look at where the left side partner reaches to. Why does he do this? He is going and taking this ball because it is his forehand, and his partner would have to take this with his backhand. The partner just moves, creates space for his partner. And they do this because look at where this ball lands. He's keeping these players back for as long as possible. Again, they have an advantage by being up at the kitchen compared to their opponents, and they are keeping that advantage to the best of their ability. It's very subtle things. Good shot. So look at this speed up right here. There was not a ton of pace on that, but you don't need a ton of pace. You're just trying to make your opponent hit that in an awkward angle and create a pop-up. He's able to put it away by creating that off-pace speed up. Sounds like the score is 5-2-2. Big lead. Again, even at the 4-5 level, this happens from time to time. You do not want to be giving away points into the net. Just giving your team a free point. Make them earn it. Score is 6-2-2. Good job. Looking to reset that ball. Almost got to neutral. These players on these balls are not looking to swing away. Again, he has done it once, but maybe that was just to keep them off guard, keep them guessing. Big drive. I think this might have been the first third shot drive that we've seen, and it sails out 5 feet out of the court. Yeah, he goes ahead and serves that quickly. He's probably just looking to get that bad taste out of his mouth. Nice drop. The speed up. Let's look at this real quick. Why was he speeding up? What did he see? Okay, this is where he speeds up. I'm not sure where he's going. Maybe he's going after this opening right here in the middle, but this player is sitting with his forehand there. He's not sitting heavy backhand, so I think that ball would have been covered anyway. This left-handed player's backhand has worked out for them a couple times now, so the players in the backcourt, I would keep attacking that, especially being down so far. Great drop. Let's just look at this again. A backhanded drop from around the baseline. I can't tell if he's in front or behind, but look at what he makes his opponent do. He is making his opponent hit from below the level of the net, and very low for that matter. So I get what he's doing. He's trying to not give his opponents time to get in. But with this ball, and when it's a great drop, we need to concede the kitchen. On to the next serve. This is really good play. This is where you want to take the ball out of the air and still do something with it. So even though this ball that he's about to hit is below the level of the net, look at where he hits it. Just below, he's still able to hit that kind of aggressively and with a lot of topspin to make sure it stays in. Oh, that's just unfortunate. It goes into the net, but if he gets that over, that's probably not coming back. Good deep return. We like that. Good job getting into the kitchen by these two. That speed up just ends up working out, I think. Yes, that does stay in. Sounds like the score is 6-5-1. Good drop. Let's see who's going to work the point a little bit more. They have had success going to that backhand. He has moved a lot and created this huge opening. Again, it would be hard to attack this middle right now, even though right now it looks like there's a big opening, because they are both both forehands are in the middle. Looks like they have stopped stacking because the player that was playing on the right, he is now currently on the left. Man, great shot right here. A lot of finesse. So he saw the opening. Let's look at that. So he's opening him up. This player did the right thing. He's covering the line. He needs his partner to push over. Good job by this player on the near court, recognizing that he did not cover that, and the middle is suddenly wide open. You love to see strategic pickleball paying off. That is 2 points that have just been given away now. I do like this camera angle a little bit better. Nice. Way to get it over one more time. Obviously, there was not a lot on this ball that he hit over, but the magic of getting it over one more time is that you just never know what's going to happen. Looked a little awkward, but it worked. Good shot. Are they going to be able to neutralize the point? So something that we all need to add to our game, we do want to reset and get into the kitchen, but when the ball is this high above the level of the net and it's coming right to your forehand and you have time to set up, do slam that. Don't get too cute with it. Put that ball away. I'm not sure who the best player on the court is. At first, the very first beginning, I wanted to say this player in the far court, who is currently playing the left side, I thought he was going to be the best player in the game. I thought he was going to be speeding up a lot and creating 1-2 punches. But right now, this player in the near court on the right side, he has been able to put a lot of points away. Something to notice here is that this player on the far court does not like to move his feet a lot. So I know that ball's coming in kind of quick. He takes one big lunge step, and he's very outstretched when he's hitting this ball. One, look at where he goes. This is an Ernie of a ball. If you can talk with your opponent and say, hey, hit it cross court, especially if he's covering middle, he's most likely to pop it down the line. So one, you need to keep track of that. Two, I would keep going to this corner. He does not seem to want to move his feet. I get it. Tournaments can be long and you can get tired and lazy. That's what seemed to happen here, and it was an unforced error. There he does. He does get behind the ball, but he puts it up, and that is an easy put away. At this level, 9 out of 10 times, that is a point that's done. Okay, so timeout has come and gone. Puts it right on the line, moving each other around. Oh, good lob. Was that in? Man, really close to a good lob. Had them way off the line. One thing, we get to see it from this angle, so they're not going to switch. But if you see your opponent switching, again, remember that if your opponent is unwinding the stack, you want to drive to the line, if it's possible, where the player is going to be running into. So, for example, this player in the near court is going to be running all the way over to the left side. If you get a drive of a ball, you want to put it down this line. Make him hit a ball while he's running. Again, in this case, they are staying. But it's something to keep in mind of. Wow, great shot. That middle is very open right now. Why? Let's see where he attacks this from. So they do a good job of covering that. This player has to stay in front and honor that because it is not an obvious down the line shot. This player does a good job of just having every option possible to him, getting behind the ball and attacking right down the middle. Wide open spot. Maybe it's recency bias, but now I'm starting to believe that this player in the near court that is closest to the camera, in the blue, I think he may be the best player on the court. Oh, good drive. I don't even think that was a full-on drive. That was more so of a drip. That was a drive-drop combo that ended up dipping very close after it crossed the net. Oh, just unfortunate on the net. That again, if that doesn't clip the net, that is a very, very dangerous shot. Good return. It would have dropped that. Again, look at this shot. This is not power. This is all placement. Why does he decide to go there? One, it's just a great spot to go in general. As your opponent's coming in, I know his partner on the right side is a left-handed player, but generally speaking, the left side player is the alpha of the court, and he likes to take up a lot of court, a lot of middle court. So look at where he returns this. Look at where his trajectory of where he's walking up towards the court. He hits this out of the air in a great spot. Makes the opponent reach for it. Again, not a lot of pace, just a lot of placement. You haven't seen too many hard shots from this. Most of them have been soft. Do your games look like this? This is 4.5 pickleball. And you can see if you want to start getting to this level, you need to be able to put your ball wherever you want. You need to be able to also be reading your opponent's body language to see what they're doing and where you can best place your shots. I couldn't tell if that was in or out. It looks like it was out. That looks out too. No, I had enough topspin to stay in. So I like this. The block was the correct answer. He's ready for it. He does have a great counter with his block. The trajectory of the ball is going down. So I think if this gets over the net, it's not coming back over. So good shot choice. It just didn't end up working out there for them. That's one of those things that is kind of tough to swallow. You know that you made the right choice, but it just didn't work out for you, and it can be frustrating. I think that's what makes pickleball so fun to play and watch. After that timeout, we're back in it. This has to be a pretty close game if they ended up calling a timeout. Great shot. Let's look at this. So moving the player around, what has he shown in the past when he moves the players around? He has attacked consistently down the middle. What do they think is going to happen? Look at where he steps. You see that big step inside. He is covering what he has normally done. This is a huge chess move. So he knows that they're going to start stepping in and covering that. They're both covering that middle heavy. That left side is wide open, that line shot. He can put that, he can make that very, very slow, almost just a dink behind the player, and that would still be a winner. Yeah, I was confused before thinking that this player might be the best player on the court. He definitely is. He is playing chess with his opponents. He knows what they think he's going to do, and he does the opposite. Again, it's very hard to play someone like this when they are getting away with anything. Good drop. I can already tell you this is a scary position to be in. You drop it to your opponent, and then he gets behind the ball, as you should. Instead of reaching and trying to take it out of the air, he moves his feet, gets behind it, and now look, he has any spot he wants open. Look at where this player is hugging. It looks like he goes down towards the line. And back towards the middle. Let's see how they respond to this. Look at his feet. He takes a small step. He is fully behind this ball. He can do whatever he wants this ball. He can put this to the corner, to the middle, or to the line in front of him. Looks like they're still covering middle, but I bet you there's a lot of hesitation from his opponent in front of him, thinking that he's going to go down the line again, which we will say that down the line is open again. We can see it from this angle. Man, I love watching high-level pickleball. It's just, these are things that you can add to your game. These aren't incredibly hard shots. They are playing more chess now. They have just shored up the technique, and they're able to do whatever they want. If you want to start getting to this level, you really need to stop hitting with power every single shot and start looking towards setting up your opponent. Again, hitting with power is a lot of fun, and if you can win with that a lot, keep doing it by all means. I'm not saying remove your power, but this is a very fun level of pickleball to play. Working the point. Good put away. On to the next point. Good return. We see another drive. I don't think we've seen that many drives yet. I'm going to say less. I'm going to say 5. I don't think we've seen more than 5 drives. Yeah, I am attacking this player all day, every day if I'm trying to get back into the game. Look at how he's moving. This is a dink. His partner is there. He has the time to move his feet. We've seen some great examples of here in the near court of this player moving his feet. You can do the same thing and just be much more prepared to take the shot. Great hands battle. Great reset. Oh my goodness, this player does it again. Let's rewatch that point. That was just beautiful. So it looks like here he speeds up. And why is he speeding up? This is a low ball, but look at where his feet are at. He's fully behind this ball and he can do anything he wants with it. He has a slow shot. Why is it so slow? It's slow because the ball is so low when he contacts this. He's going up high and making his opponent hit at a weird angle, which he does. And what's going to happen when he hits it with that weird angle? It's probably going to come towards, if it was most people, it would be their right hand, so it would be coming towards their forehand. Because he is left-handed, it is going back towards his left hand. But he knows that. He knows how the geometry is going to shape out, and he is already loaded when this ball is coming back. He slams it. This player is able to get one more paddle on it. He puts it now on his forehand, and at this point, it's just a hands battle. Good job by him countering that. This ball is below the level of the net. Good job by this player just resetting. On this reset, I almost guarantee you this player thinks that they're going to go back into a dinking rally. Look at his feet. He is setting himself up behind the level or behind the ball and being aggressive with this still. He understands that these players probably think this is going back to a neutral point, and he is not letting that happen. Wow, this is great. You can do the opposing team's body language. He's just like, wow, they know that they are facing a different animal right now. He's taking off his cap, just trying to get a little breather, reset a little bit. This player is really fun to watch. On to the next point. I think that is 3 serves, 3 points that they have given their opponents just going out of bounds. I get the idea at this level, you're trying to pin them as deep as possible, but at this point, you need to just get it in the court and play it out. Look at this again. I can't stop pointing this out enough. It's the one thing that stands out to me. I've mentioned it 3 or 4 times now. This player is just really good at getting behind the ball. Look at his footwork. It's nothing crazy. Look at where he's standing. He's standing out of bounds, but he's straddling the out of bounds and his line because he is getting behind this ball. He attacks it a very sharp angle cross court, and while he does give up an ATP, I'm saying that in air quotes because there's no chance that this opponent gets onto it. It was just too good of a dink. He does get a paddle on it, but if he is able to get that into the court on an ATP, good for him. That is a very low percentage shot because good drop. I like this. So this player on the far court does a drop step. He recognizes this is a high drop, and yes, it does bounce in the kitchen. He would be able to take this out of the air, but instead he gets behind it, and he's looking to be aggressive with it. He's already beat this player in the near court towards his line, and it looks like he hits there again and gets him one more time. Good job recognizing that the ball was going to bounce up, positioning himself correctly, and being aggressive with that ball. So here we go again. Let's see how these players play defense. Moving each other around. Just out of bounds. Good mid-court return. He does drop this. Good drop. I really like this. So I do this a lot with my shots. If you have this drop that's coming in the air, you know you're going to be able to control it. Look at his stance. He is in full control of where this ball is going to go. He puts it to that corner because he is standing very close to the middle. Look at where his foot is at. He is maybe a foot off of the center line, and his opponent does a very good job placing this towards the corner. The only option he really has is taking that on the ATP because he's fully out of bounds. And that's what the 4.5 game is, guys, is hitting difficult angles for your opponents to get off. Even if they can get a paddle on it, are they going to be off balance when they hit this ball? This is why you need to develop a slow game, because eventually as you move up, this is what the game starts to look like. So right here, this is a drivable ball. They did not end up switching. I thought I saw the hand signal for switch. Trying to reset it. Oh, man, that's just unfortunate. So great job getting them off the line. And, I mean, good job for these players in the backcourt. That was just an unforced error. But the players in the backcourt were just looking to try and reset that ball and get back into the point. Okay, so here we go, back into the game. And look at where these drops are going to. This is something I need to start taking out of these guys' playbooks. A lot of the drops are going towards the middle, so they are just very safe spots. Angles are cut off, and they're just focusing on getting to the kitchen and playing the point out. So here we go. Good return, drop to the middle. I love watching this player's feet. Again, I have to continue pointing it out because this is what's making him so good. He gives himself so many options every time he hits the ball. And footwork becomes so important in this. Look at where he moves his feet. He gets his paddle in front of him. He's got full control of where he wants this. He pushes him out wide because that has worked out for him a couple times. Look at how off balance he is when he's contacting this ball. He is just starting to come back in towards the middle. There's a huge hole. If he's able to keep that in, obviously they can't get a paddle on that. Great shot selection, just the execution did not work out for them. I do like these drops from the players in the backcourt. They are very consistent. We'll have to keep track of how many times they made it into the kitchen because they have had a high success rate. Good counter. Take it out of the air. Moving them around. I like that. Good lob. Good lob, just goes a little bit out of bounds. Oh, that's just unfortunate. Oh, was that the game? Oh, that's a terrible way to lose a game. But there you have it. So what ended up winning? Even though the best player on the court was on the near court here, it was these guys, as I pointed out there at the very end, they just seemed to get to the kitchen a lot. So even though they may have been a quote-unquote inferior team, they made it to the kitchen so often that they gave themselves a chance to come out ahead in this game. Great match to watch. So there you have it. You hate seeing the last point end the way it did, but you can see why the other team won. Again, they were so good at getting into the kitchen over and over and over. So as you go and play in your rec games and in your competitive tournament games, keep that in mind. The more you get into the kitchen, even if the other team is better than you, you can tell by the way they're hitting shots. If you can get into the kitchen more than they can, you will win a lot of games. So let me know what you learned from this game. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe this video because we will be making more of these videos.